Good morning. I hope that you'll join us Sunday morning for worship. And let's remember, try and move down and fill those front two rows so that as people come in later, they'll have the opportunity to find a seat easily and be able to remain socially distant. This Saturday, I am not going to post a video. I'll be out of town, very busy, and it'll be very inconvenient to try and find the time to post something. So we'll do it again on Tuesday. Today I want us to think about the parable of the talents. It's a parable that we all should be familiar with. It's a parable where a master goes out of town and he leaves three servants different amounts of money. To one servant he leaves 5 talents, to another servant he leaves 2 talents, and to the last servant he leaves 1 talent. It's very easy for us to talk about this parable in relationship to the physical talents that we have. Maybe I can speak, you can sing, good athlete, maybe work well with your hands. It's easy for us to talk about our physical talents, but this parable is about money. It's about something that is of great value that these servants were entrusted with. The guy that had 5 talents went out and worked real hard and doubled his master's money. Guy that had 2 talents, he went out and worked real hard and doubled the money that was entrusted to him. I want us to read in verse 19 what happens when the master returns to talk to these servants. Matthew chapter 25, in verse 19. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received the 5 talents brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. This is exactly the same thing that he says to the servant who had 2 talents and doubled his money. But when the guy with 1 talent came back, who was afraid and hid it in the ground, came back, let's look at what the master says to him in verse 24. Then the man who had received the 1 talent came. Master, he said, I know that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your talent in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well, then you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one who has 10 talents. For everyone who has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. What is it that we have all been entrusted with? I think we've all been entrusted with the same thing. Love, forgiveness, mercy, and the keys to the kingdom. You know, we can work hard and try and share and spread and increase that love, that forgiveness, that mercy, and the knowledge of the kingdom. Or we can sit on it and hide it, like the lazy servant did. Be safe. Stay well out there.